What's going on, guys? I mean, what? It's Friday night. So, what do we do on Friday nights? Same thing we do every Friday night. We just hang out. Ain't no doubt. So, what's everybody up to tonight? What are you up to tonight?
Listen to you and Dalton argue.
Well, we do that. I mean, that's what we do around here. I mean, we both stubborn, hard headed. I mean, hey, he thinks he's right. I think I'm right. And that's just the way it goes. So, I mean, you
I'm
just caught
somewhere
in the middle. That's right. You just caught in the middle. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. So, what's everybody up to? I mean, I'm hoping everybody's having a great week. I'm having a great week when it's all said and done. I mean, well, Cruisers, I'm going to assume that's Sarah without an H, is saying that she's up to 5'4".
That's an inch taller than me, Sarah. Doing a little better, girl.
I see Mr. Evans saying, "Where's the magic cup?" Look, cup. It's magic. It's magic. You're right. Ain't no doubt. But hey, I mean, what's been going on this week? I mean, I've got my master's program. Everything's ready to go. October 1st will be my start date for the master's program. So that's all good. That's all good. So I'm glad about that. I was hoping to get, started September, but it is what it is. We're, booked for Cancun, which we done that last week, but, so we're still good on that. But what else? We had a great time last night with Russell Blues on Thursday. Had a great time.
My work week's over.
She worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12-hour shifts, being a nurse, which her 12-hour shifts turned into 13 to 14 hours. So, what else? Anything else going on?
We don't live an exciting life.
We don't. Well, I mean, when Alma works, I get up and go walking. If you're part of any of the Marco Polo groups, you'll see me. Well, I'm out there getting my steps in. Today, actually, she didn't have to work. So I got that boy off to school, and that was about 6:40. Got him on the school bus, and I come back, climb my butt back in the bed, and she let me sleep about half the day. And then I had to get up and clean house. She made me clean the whole house.
No, she didn't. He keeps lying.
So, all right. Well, let's see who we got in here so far tonight, baby. I mean, of course, Mr. Daniel Fields, hopefully we're going to have, Daniel and Nancy on a little later. We got this cruise, not cruise.
We wish it was a cruise.
Yeah, we wished it was a cruise. I mean, we got this land cruise coming up. This big old group going to Cancun at the end of October. And now, of course, Daniel and Nancy, they're thinking about it. They're, they on the edge. They don't know whether they're going to go or not or able to. But they just got back from Cabo, and we want to talk to them, see how that was, because hey, why not? I mean, I just get a little bit closer. And then, of course, we got Miss Whitney Castillo in the house. MGM Family Travel.
Hey, guys.
We got Cruisers, of course. Evan Goldberg's in the house. He hung out with us last night. Mm-hmm. I know pretty much the whole time on Thursday. So, yeah, it was a great time. Miss Shauna Snow's in the house. There's Josh with Always on the Move.
Hey, Josh.
He's been working this week. He's gone back. He's a teacher, and they're back to teaching, and so he got his first weekend. Yep. He says made it home. Awesome. We got the 6 Traveling Shorts in the house. That's another Shauna there.
Shauna and Jonathan.
That's right. Puppy the Cat's in the house.
Hey, girl.
Got Mr. Blaine with Rayleigh Creative Travel. Woo, brother, what's going on? That's right. MGM sending jerseys in the house. There you go. Got people back and forth with each other. You look at that. Nightbot, he don't even know what's going on tonight. He's saying tip somebody. I done forgot to turn that off. We ain't got Russell tonight. I'm going to have to fix that. We don't have Russell tonight, Nightbot. Dadgummit. But hey, there's Fisher Fun Ventures in the house. Awesome. And then, of course, Alan's in the house also. So, hey, that's all right, Alan. Don't worry about it. I mean, when you can make it, please make it. When you can't, hey, it's all good. I mean, that's a good thing about these live streams. You don't have to be at every single one. You don't have to watch every single video. But when you can, we sure do appreciate it. We like to hang out with everybody and have a good time. So, yeah. That's right. Nightbot. You can always tip the host. Nah, we don't take tips. I mean, I'd rather you save your money, come hang out with us on a Thursday night and tip the entertainers that we have when we have them. So, I mean, that's always a good time. Last night we had Russell Blues. He's piano man from Carnival. And then the next Thursday we're going to have Johnny Shaw. Tried to get him on this week, but he had things going on. But he did actually get on Facebook today and was playing some great tunes. I mean, I'm telling you what, he played us. I mean, wasn't a whole lot of people in there, but
we love Johnny.
We had a great time. I mean, the only better time would have been if we'd been on a cruise ship listening to him. Ain't no doubt. There's Miss Lucy from MGM in the house. That's awesome. All right. She said she just popping in to say hi. That's cool. That's cool. Ain't no. MGM says I'm tipping Alma. Hey, there you go. Blaine saying that Russell knocked it out of the park last night.
He did a great job.
He did a great job. I mean,
we love Russell too.
Thing about Russell, and if it's songs that he really knows, I mean,
but he will play. He will try to play anything, whether he knows it or not.
He does his best to try to make everybody happy. I said, there's us more in the house. All right. Now, I'm going to take just 1 second here. Now, we're talking about, about that all-inclusive resort. Now, of course, we did this all-inclusive resort with, because Chris Barnett with See the World with Chris, or whatever it is. I don't know. See the World with Chris. There we go. All right. And Miss Nancy from Nautical Nurse Nancy, they were doing they went down to Cancun and it looked so awesome. So everybody, it seems like everybody says, hey, that's awesome. So let's all do it. Now I remember last week I'm trying to show the video and stuff and all that. I'm gonna see if I can show it again. And of course, if anybody's interested in checking out going on this land cruise with us, I mean, hey, I'll give you Chris's information and he'll let you know everything that you need to know about it. Because hey, I don't know who said it, but somebody said more the merrier, and that's true. I mean, it's all about just hanging out with great friends and having a great time. I mean, we've got a polo group going called the Cancun Crew, and they talking about excursions and stuff, swimming with sharks and.
Well, I'm not swimming with any sharks. I can promise you that. I'm not going to parasail. So I guess I'm a boring person.
Well, I don't know about boring or not, but sometimes we get scared.
I don't do heights and not big on critters that bite.
I can't swim, so I mean I understand that. But let me see if I can get this video to play. Let everybody see what's going on in that. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go and beat up Nightbot. So let's try this out so if we can get this going. I mean, what y'all think about that? I mean, don't that look awesome? I mean, of course they're, that's back when everything was normal, I guess you'd say. I mean, it's more normal then, a lot more going on, I'm sure. Of course, right here it's like 30% capacity, but still, I mean, you got a group of friends going down at one time. I mean, that's a party right there. I mean, it'd be awesome. It's all inclusive. When is the Cancun trip? I see Miss Shawn Snow's asking when the Cancun trip. That's well, we're booked October 24th through November 1st. So any time in between there is when we're doing it. Some people might be coming down a day late, leaving a day early, that kind of thing. It's just whatever fits their schedule. So it's not nothing set in stone. I mean, we're doing 8 days because that's what our cruise was.
Or 8 nights.
Or 8 nights, yeah, 8 nights. Because that's when our cruise, originally, the group cruise, that Sharon at Sea, Lolita Loca, that group cruise, no doubt. So that's what we're trying to do because Miss Alma's already got the time off. So we're going to try to do that. And of course,
Sarah, I will research these whale sharks, and if I do not feel like they're going to take off a leg, I do love to swim.
She does.
I enjoyed snorkeling. I really enjoyed snorkeling.
We did that in
I can
Mexico.
do that as long as they're not going to like take off a leg.
I'm tell you what. I mean, yeah. I mean, even if I'm sitting at the bar, with Chris hanging out, I mean, y'all go and snorkel if you. Take her with you. I mean, she don't like to do stuff without me. I mean, I like,
Nancy Fields. Yeah. No heights. That's me.
I like to do stuff with them. I mean, I'd rather do it with her, but sometimes I hold her back because I don't swim and she'd love to go snorkeling and do other things. And, we try to do something new all the time. Our last cruise, we did the ropes course on the Sunshine. And there you go. But absolutely, I mean, so yeah. Now the shark, I mean, I'd do that as long as I wasn't scared I'm gonna drown. I mean, now I did put on the life jacket and all that stuff and jumped off into the I don't know, 30, 40 foot of water off at the dock.
He did better.
But the water was pushing up against the rocks and I did have Jesus right there with me, but
he'd have done better if they let him have a few drinks before he got in the water and had a little liquid courage on board. But you had to be sober to get in the water, and he still did it.
I did it
with the fear of death.
She said I had death grip on that boogie board and stuff, but I mean,
he had a life jacket, a boogie board, and a Jesus.
That's right,
Jesus. And he still had that fear in his eyes.
That was Jesus. He was our.
If he could have walked into the water.
Oh yeah, if I could have.
And he'd have done better.
If I could have walked into the water, or I could have stood up and touched the bottom, or something, And
now I swim like a fish.
She's good. I mean, now she couldn't. She's trying to do some free dive and trying to go down, and
I was too buoyant. Jesus had my hand. He was trying to pull me, and I let all the air out of my jacket, and it just kept pulling me back up. I got down a little ways.
Daniel said they had whale sharks over at near Cabo where they were at. So not Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus, but Mexican or Spanish. Okay.
Jesus.
Jesus. I mean,
that was at a house in.
We were in Cozumel. We did an excursion. It was one of those private houses with an all-inclusive, open bar.
It's one of our favorite excursions.
They fed us. There was like 9 of us that actually.
Very small group.
It was a small group. It was, I don't know how many was on our ship. 3 off our ship, and there was another ship that was in port that day, another Carnival ship, I believe, and there were 6 off of that because it was Drunk Stephanie and her friend. I can't remember her name, and then it was Big Mike and his wife
Stephanie,
which was another Stephanie. That's the reason why we called the other one Drunk Stephanie. That's how.
And she was drunk.
Because she was drunk.
She didn't get the drink package on the ship, so this excursion was all you could drink, and she was going to get her money's worth. And boy, did she! She did.
And she kept on calling him Jesus. Kept on calling him Julio.
No.
It was.
It
Wasn't Julio?
It was.
I don't know. We said, hey, that's racist, ain't it? I mean, that's,
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was.
Was it not Julio?
Mm-mm,
I don't know. I think it was Julio.
it wasn't.
She says no, but I mean, it might not have been. But see, Janice Gregory's in the house. Awesome. Now, of course, we've asked Daniel and Nancy to come on with us tonight. I don't know if they're ready or not. Whenever they get ready, please let. I know they went out to eat pizza, which he sent me a picture of that pizza, and that pizza was looking pretty doggone good. I mean,
We like some pizza.
we do. Now, pizza's like one of my favorite things of all time, and tacos, of course. I do love tacos also, but yeah, pizza I guess would be my second favorite. Now, I do love steak.
You like tacos over pizza?
That's tough. I don't know. I guess I don't know. That'd be tough. Really, it would be. Now, I love some pizza.
I like Chinese.
Yeah, I know.
But I probably wouldn't like Chinese as much if Ronnie didn't hate it.
Yeah.
So I don't get to
you
eat
don't get to
Chinese
eat
and
it
Japanese very often, so I
Right.
get excited when I get to eat it. But
Right. Okay.
I don't need any
I
of
see
it.
Miss Nancy says they're ready.
Aaron Smith, hey.
Aaron. I don't know. Is it Aaron or Aaron?
Well, I think it's Aaron. But
That's what I always say, Aaron. I'm just somebody was saying Aaron. I mean, I don't know. So Miss Nancy saying she loves Chinese. All right, let me. I'm gonna send them the link. I just wanted to get their perspective on Cabo because we're going down to one of that all inclusive resort. I just like to get no, it's not the same thing, of course. It's
Jose.
Okay, it was Jose. Was it Jose she kept on calling?
Yeah,
him?
she kept saying Jose.
Okay, Julio, Jose.
We said you can't say that.
That's wrong. His name is Jesus. That's racist. Ain't it? Well, I don't know what you call it. Oh, stereotyping. Yeah, I mean, but you know, she didn't mean nothing by it. It's just
she was a fun girl.
She was fun, and she was a little intoxicated.
A little.
We got Jane. We got
Jane Travels.
We got Jane Travels in the house. What's going on? Thanks for stopping in. No doubt. We're saying we're gonna eat some tacos in Cancun, and Bob and Al can go get. Hey, there you go. Let them eat Chinese. That's right. Let's eat tacos. They go eat Chinese. Everybody's happy, right? Sounds like a plan. I see. That's awesome. No doubt. Because I don't like Chinese. Now, you know, stepson, when I was arguing with before all this took place, you know, he likes Chinese. I don't say he loves it, but he likes Chinese, and
we don't get it very often.
Yeah, and what is it? Last 3 or 4 years for his birthday, because
it's a tradition now. Ask him.
Yeah, it's become a tradition.
It's a tradition.
It's a tradition now, but it was.
It happens more than once. It's a tradition.
Yeah, for him, no doubt. But you know, so any of the kids when they were at home, what do you want for your birthday meal? You know, it's your birthday. What do you want? You can have anything you want, and he's like Chinese. And I'm like, man, I don't want no Chinese. You know, I don't like Chinese, but. So we took him to the.
Probably why he picked it.
Probably just being a butt, you know, to me. But I went and eat Chinese. I mean, it's a buffet, so.
But.
No, I mean, I tell you what, they had some of the best shrimp that I ever eat in my life. I mean, I ate like 3 or 4 dozen of them. I mean, it's fried. I mean, it's lightly. I guess probably more of a tempura batter or something. It was just. I mean, they were awesome. I mean, I really enjoyed it, no doubt. I'm gonna send Miss Nancy the link here. Like I said, I want to get their take on Cabo because
it looked like fun.
It looked like fun. I mean, I saw them. They were hanging out with Sharon at Sea. You know, Jamie and Sharon, and looked like they was having a great time. And so, okay, Daniel said, send me the link. Okay, I'll send you the link. That'll work. Absolutely. So,
We're so looking forward to this trip to Cancun.
Well, you're right, baby. Because I mean, we need something to look forward to. I mean, we've had.
And we went to Florida a couple of times, but I mean, we went to Florida twice and did not see the ocean either time. Our last trip to see that beautiful ocean was January.
Yeah, it was January when we took that last cruise.
That was our last cruise.
But yeah, like you said, we went to Florida. Last 2 times we went to Florida, it wasn't, we intended to go, to the ocean. It's Nikita D. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, the first time we intended to possibly go to the ocean, and Doug and Cindy were going to take us, but, we just partied too much. We went down there and partied too much, and then
it's hard to know where to go because of restrictions, and the world's crazy right now.
So I mean, because we originally was going to go to the ocean. We were going to go Clearwater one day, and of course, first day we get down there, we didn't really party too much. We were just tired from driving. We hung out, went to bed early, got up the next day, and. It was just hanging out again. I think we got in the pool that day, and then it turned into the hot tub, and then partied too much that night. And the next day, I mean, we had talked about going to the beach, but
slept
late, had to recoup from the night before kind of thing, and it just become a same old kind of thing. But Doug, I mean, he was going to take us about him and Cindy. They were going to take us about every night. I mean, every day, but it was just like too hot. Raining, it was something, but next time we get down there, hopefully we're gonna be able to hang out with them, and let's see.
We just went to Florida last week, and we flew to Florida for a pool party, a birthday party.
Well, it was more. It was
a birthday.
It was a birthday party, and it's like, well, a lot of great people that hung. That was at this birthday. It was just going down there, seeing old friends, meeting new friends, and just So I mean, I think it turned out great. I mean, I had a great time.
We're ready for a beach getaway.
We are ready for a beach getaway. And speaking of beach getaway, I'm gonna let all right there. I see he's sitting back down. So I'm gonna bring him in here because there they are. Let me
Hey.
What's going on, guys?
Good to see y'all.
I mean, we're talking about, we want to hear all about that Cabo trip that y'all were on. We're just, we were jealous. We saw y'all hanging out and having a great
time. Hey.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, girl.
It was a really nice trip. I mean, it's. I think the Cabo versus Cancun experience. Haven't seen Nurse Nancy's preview because she went down there ahead of time. Will be a bit different. I mean, you guys had some looked like some stage production shows that she got to see, which is a little more cruise like. We didn't have any of that. And you guys were more at a beachfront resort, and we were at a marina front resort. Now, our marina front resort had a sister property, and you could take the shuttle over there, and that had a beachfront. So we had that capability there, but they are a little bit of a different thing.
Right.
So, yeah. I think we definitely enjoyed it. It wasn't. I don't think that's a replacement for a cruise, but it could be a little bit of a filler for sure. Because we're all stuck at home and we want to get out. Now we went out with obviously we met up with Sharon at Sea.
That was amazing.
And that was fun, and it's fun like you guys did at the pool party. You get to meet some people you haven't met. You met some people you already knew, and you had a great time. And that was a bigger event. And it seems like that Cancun trip's going to be a little bit more of that kind of size, or maybe even a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
This was just Sharon at Sea, Jamie, Sharon, their son, and Garrett, who also happens to be from Arizona, but was just another channel fan, and so it was a little more low key, and it was fun. It was fun. In Mexico, there's a 30% limit that they're allowed to have on the facility, and I don't think we were close to the 30% limit. It was pretty scarce. So,
20 to 15 at the end, 10% capacity.
yeah, after we got out of the weekend, on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
It felt very safe.
it felt very empty. So even the town felt empty.
Y'all feel safe.
So if anybody's worried about that kind of stuff, we didn't run into any kind of volume of people.
No.
The food was great. We had great food pretty much at every place we went.
Yeah.
There was I'm curious to see how the alcohol is on your unlimited or all-inclusive package.
The Chardonnay tasted like vinegar. It was
They
terrible.
only have,
I think that's what we're going to run into as far as the all-inclusive. They're going to give us the cheap stuff.
Awful.
yeah, we got a bit of the cheap stuff. I think some of it's just because, there's another point. So they only had one Chardonnay for Nancy, and she couldn't even buy a different Chardonnay. They only had one, and that was it. And the margaritas are Cuervo 1800. If you're used to that around local places, you'll be fine. The beers were all Mexican beers. Your Pacificos.
Nothing I would drink.
Yeah, your Pacificos, your Coronas, your Tecates. Tecate Light was everywhere.
Right.
If you were looking for any sort of craft brew,
They don't have.
keep looking because we couldn't find it, and not just on our resort, but pretty much anywhere else. Like we went to the Cabo Wabo Cantina, which was great because we got to see some live music, and we had, we've been sort of, except for your show here, Ronnie, we've been sort of starved for live music,
I know what you mean.
and so we got some.
We did get some.
And it was great.
And then people started pouring in. We're like, oh my God, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
As soon as the band
Got
started
on the
playing,
stairs and the front.
we got about,
like, oh no mask on. I'm like, no.
got about a set and a half. About a set and a half in, and it seemed like everybody
band
rushed
was
us,
amazing.
and so we ended up leaving because it was getting too crowded, but it was really good. And then we got live music again on Tuesday, and there was nobody there, so we could have sat there all night long. So
Jamie and them with us, but that was on Monday night.
Yeah.
And there was no band.
Yeah.
It wasn't busy.
But because there was no band, we could hang out for a while. I think had a band been there, it would have packed up and we would have had to leave.
Right.
So it's just a question of what you're comfortable with. But much like you saw Nurse Nancy have, there's every restaurant we went to that was off of the property had those trays of disinfectant that you step in. They did all sorts of stuff for you.
You had to walk through this thing and like get sprayed down. Like
the facility we
that
were at
wasn't good, but I know it was like important to do.
The facility we were at had this spray
Y'all
tunnel.
probably had that too.
It was like a tunnel that you had to walk through that mistered all this antiseptic on you. So if you don't want that stuff in your hair, just be prepared for it. It's
gonna.
All
Your
right.
whole body's sticky.
Yeah. But the food at the place was great. We oddly found incredibly great Italian food at the Mexican resort. Oyster bar was
Sharon, their son loved the Mexican. I mean, actually loved the pizza.
Well, he's got a review
loved
coming
the
out. I
pizza.
don't know if he loved the pizza, but he's got a review coming out. So it was fun. We had a great time.
Awesome.
Again, it's not a cruise, and unlike some things, that marina right there, you can walk pretty, you can hop on a boat, you can do whatever you want, but under normal circumstances, there's also a casino right there, so that would have been very cruise-like, but
Closed.
that's been closed since the pandemic started.
Other one closed.
Yeah. So anything that was right outside of like the circle of the marina itself, probably 85% closed. But the marina, which is where all the tourists go, was 100% open. So
Right.
And Uber was running. You could Uber around town too. So
I told Ronnie I felt like it was going to be different than a cruise ship, being that most things are going to happen during the daytime. There's not going to be a lot of nightlife, like going to bed early, getting up early, doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it might. Well, y'all might have different.
Our restaurant stopped taking food orders at
At
9 o'clock.
No, at 8:30.
8:30. Yeah. They might have been open until 9:30, but they stopped taking food orders at about 8:30.
Yeah.
Bars out in the marina were open until 11, 12 maybe?
10.
10, and Cabo Wabo was open till 3. So if you wanted to venture out a little bit off the marina, you might find 1 or 2 bars that were full steam ahead, and then but everything local was not. So just get up early and enjoy yourself. And if you're going to have to go to bed early, then that's just live on a different time clock. You'll be fine.
One thing I didn't care for was this.
Yeah.
Bug.
Oh,
Put bracelets in your face. Like, no.
you know,
Bugs.
you know,
Oh, well, you want some blow? No. Do you want this candy stuff? No. We don't do drugs.
yeah, they
All day long.
anytime you stepped off the
Every
property.
few steps is that.
Yeah,
I
every
don't
time
like
you
that.
stepped off the property.
That was awful.
And so for years, I've always told Nancy when we go to Vegas, and we go to Vegas a lot. I always tell her, God, I get offered drugs here so much, and she goes, I've never really seen that. And I'm like, no, they look at me and they know I'm not a cop, so they'll try and sell me anything they have. You know?
That's right.
And so finally, we're walking around this time, and it's really blatant, and they're doing it like all day long. And she goes, oh my God. I'm like, do you realize it's almost just like that in Vegas? I go, they're just not quite as loud, but they're doing it all the time. And she goes, oh, how do you deal with that? I'm like, it just is what it is.
I know.
So,
Right.
now, if you're looking for that stuff, they have it. I just don't know that that's just
Right. Yeah, that's not us, but yeah, back in my younger days, I used to have long hair, and whether I got offered it or accused of doing it, all the time, just because I had long hair. So I understand.
Yeah, because you must be a degenerate.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
But if you're not sitting in a marina area, you might not have it.
Yeah.
Marina area had all that, but if you're not staying there, you probably won't have that.
Yeah, if you're at the beach resorts, which is where I think you guys are really going, you're not going to run into any of that stuff unless you go into town.
Yeah.
And you're only going into town if you want to, do 1 or 2 extra things. But the difference here, our property, since it was a marina front property, the pool was about 1 story above the marina, and then the 1 story below, facing the marina, was a bunch of restaurants that were owned by the facility, and so all those restaurants were restaurants we could eat at. And the internal restaurants inside the facility, except for the pool deck, because on the pool deck they had like a kitchen that they made stuff for you, which was actually really great. But
their food was good every place we went.
Yeah, it was.
Really good for all inclusive. Yeah,
but that
was very good.
The internal restaurants that were internal to the property that no one outside of the property had access to except that pool one, those were closed. So in the end, we still had like 5 or 6 restaurants we could eat at, which is plenty, especially at 20%, maybe 25% capacity.
Right.
You had easy access. The problem with those marina front ones, you could be sitting way back on the inside against the far wall, and there's like 6 tables in front of you, and you've got some lady walking by with a handful of bracelets, looking at you, trying to sell them to you from 6 tables away while you're eating. That kind of stuff.
That's annoying.
So that's a little.
Yeah.
How much for airfare over there? Because I looked up airfare, $700 a piece.
Oh, our
to go
airfare.
to Cancun. How
our
much y'all
airfare-
paying?
Yeah.
To Cancun.
I think ours. I mean, of course, I'm sure we're maybe a little bit closer. But ours is going to be like $400 a piece for airfare.
Yeah.
And then what about the place? How much was it per night?
I think the last time.
Depends on when you look.
I guess it changes. I seen that on the weekends it seems to be cheaper. The cheapest time to look is on the weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
And you can
I
book.
want to try to go, but I don't know. I don't make $3,000. That's what it
My
at
biggest
least
problem.
$3,000 for us.
Yeah, my biggest problem is the same problem that the Midlife Crazy group ran into. Now they're going when we're all going to Vegas with loans, but they're going and I think to get there it's a 9-hour flight for them or something, and
I know.
it really shouldn't be, but because of the lack of flights, they're going to get stuck in Houston for 4 hours waiting on the next flight.
Now,
it's just kind of rough.
yeah, we and that $400 for us was a direct flight. Now, if we wanted to,
Nice.
now if we were wanting to do a layover, like in say Atlanta fly from Charlotte to Atlanta from Atlanta to Cancun kind of thing. We can about get the flight for as part of our package deal and be a whole lot cheaper. But
yeah, sometimes it's worth it to spend the extra money and save the time.
I'd rather
Because for us, I mean, if we left at like 10 in the morning, we'd still have to get there to the LAX airport at 8 in the morning,
right.
which would mean we'd have to get up at 5:30. By the time we got to the airport, great, we've already spent 2.5, 3 hours. Then it's a 9 hour to get there, and if we're not staying there 7 days, that's an awful long travel time to be not
one way.
Very long. Yeah, one way.
Yeah, right.
We're still looking at it. We're trying to find a way to make that happen.
We want to go because I think everybody there's gonna be. We want to meet y'all so much.
I know. We'd love to meet y'all, but I mean, it can be pricey, no doubt. And I'm not sure what Vizo. He's down in Mexico right now, in the Cancun area.
Yeah, Cancun. The one thing I think we didn't pay enough attention to is this time of year is really off season for Cancun. And the reason why it's off season is just like the Caribbean, in July and August, it's really hot. and being that they just had a hurricane sweep through and leave town the day before we got there, it was really hot and muggy, which is, maybe more what you're used to in Cancun, but in Cabo San Lucas, it's usually dry.
Right.
And so we were counting on the dryness and the 2.5 hour flight, and we got there and it was quite humid, which is really abnormal. And then on top of it, it was a good, 90, 100 degrees. So outside of that, I think it was a really nice trip. It just, certain hours of the day, you just had to go find something else to do because it was extremely hot.
The sister property was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I got sunburned over there. I got sunburned the whole time, but I got sunburned over there.
Yeah.
Infinity pools. I think it's an upgrade. You go over there and like, oh, this should become go over here. It's probably double the price.
Yeah. It was a much nicer property, and the pools were nicer, and
the food was.
God!
God!
The food at the pool, both of them were great. Really.
They were great.
I don't really have any.
But the coconut shrimp was the best coconut shrimp I ever had.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. And the pure salad Dan got was so amazing.
Yeah. Corn dog also.
Right. Right.
So y'all have a great time.
So what are you guys looking forward to on the Cancun trip? Obviously the people is going to be the biggest.
That's our biggest thing is the people that we're going to be able to hang out with.
Yeah.
Just have a great time with everybody. That's the biggest thing. And is absolutely being able to, just hang out. I
want to see some ocean. I want to see some ocean.
Sand and ocean and beautiful water and just.
How much y'all pay per night?
We looked at it, Nancy. It was per night.
On the night, I'm thinking it's looking at over $200 a night for the both of us.
All inclusive?
Yeah, we paid a very similar price.
That's cheap.
We did Friday to Wednesday, and with our flights included. We did I think it was $680 a piece, which was
it was like
$687 a piece with flights included. Now
flights included,
you still need to get back and forth to the airport. You need to park, and you need to pay someone to watch your dog, and
right,
like that.
She's not going to do that.
Yeah, there's costs there that are outside of that, and so
I would never parasail. No way.
Yeah, no. I would do it, but not with Nancy. At least one of us. At least one of us would live.
Maybe, I think I'd do the parasailing. I don't swim, so I'm coming down in the water, and I'm thinking, well, I'll come down in the water and I'll be okay.
We're going to put a life jacket on you, Ronnie.
Right. I said I think I'll be okay, but what if I get wrapped up in that in kind of
the cabling,
cable or anything like that, and holds me under the water? I said, oh no, I don't know. So I'm rethinking that. I don't know if I do it or not.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of.
Why has it be closed the whole time? No sense in doing that.
Yeah, if you're gonna close your eyes all the time, there's no need to do it.
When I'm down, please let me know.
But so we're at the New York, like a decade and a half ago when they first came out with that roller coaster, and my wife is afraid of. My wife's right here. She's afraid of roller coasters. She just will never ride one.
Right.
And we got free coupons, to go ride them. She's also not one to turn something free down. So,
Right.
it was like a conundrum. Do I do this roller coaster or do I just turn down the free thing? And I wanted to do it, and she knew I wanted to do it. And I would have went alone. She could have went and gambled, but she just decided to go. And so we go. And let's say the thing's 2 minutes long, which might actually be generous. I have no idea. And about halfway through, actually about 20% in, she starts crying. She's screaming. She's crying. She's yelling, "What am I on here for? I want to get off. I want to get off." All the way to the very end. She gets off. She's like, "Oh, maybe we should do that again."
Yeah, I know. That's just like the parasailing thing. I mean, I looked into it years ago, and it said the average time parasailing was 7 minutes. It was going to cost me like $120 or something. And I'm like, $120 for 7 minutes? I'm like, woo, I might just pass on that.
So you're pricing out the minute, yeah.
I'm like, woo, that's a little expensive there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, this right here is a Bowling Springs Kool-Aid. It's our special here in our little town of Bowling Springs. It's Grey Goose vodka and a local drink called Diet Cherry Lemon Sundrop. But
which I think that company, I looked it up, and they eventually got bought by Squirt, if I remember correctly, and then Squirt got bought by Pepsi or something, and they all eventually became one company. But
yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I know that when I was a kid, my uncle worked with Sundrop, and then it really was pretty local. And then as the years have gone by, they have gotten more. They've spread out more. I think they even put some in NASCAR, so they give them a little more
nice
market-based kind of thing. And so they have gone out a little bit. I mean, we were in Florida, and they actually sell Sundrop in Florida now, but they didn't have our Diet Cherry.
Yeah, I was going to say they sold it for a while. They'll probably run out of it real quick because, that's something I don't know if you guys have been noticing it, but certain things are disappearing off the shelves. They just can't make certain things or distribute them well enough right now. So we're
losing about that.
And by the way, there's a few products we can lose.
Hey, see the world with Chris. We've got Daniel and Nancy on tonight. They're telling us about Cabo. We started out talking about the trip we're going to be on. Now, Chris is one of the ones that I think he was probably the first one that in our group. I'm gonna say, the people that we watch on
he's
YouTube.
a solicitor.
He's the one that
he's like, we've been solicited.
We're in Cancun. Don't this look great? And then Nancy went to Cancun, and they met up. And then
it does look great, and I'm sure it will be. And that's really what you're looking for. Is you're looking for a nice vacation.
No, that's exactly right.
Because we're not going to 100% replace a cruise with one of these things.
No doubt. There's no way.
I think you guys might get a little closer than we did because you've got a little bit more of the entertainment that wasn't available on our property. We didn't have any live entertainment doing any presentations or things like that I saw Nurse Nancy go through. The pools are similar, but we didn't have like a dance thing out there in the morning, like an exercise class thing like she did. Right. We didn't have any of that kind of stuff. Pretty much none of that. But again, the day before,
you can make your own entertainment.
You can, but the day before we got there, the hurricane was still dumping so much water on them. The mall right next door had 6 inches of water in it. Everything was flooding out, but they got it all cleaned up by the time we got there, so it wasn't.
Yeah, I think we weren't going to be able to, go because of that storm coming.
And the odd thing is like the West Coast gets maybe 2 to 3 for every 800 hurricanes that go through Florida. It's so minimal, and yet there was right when we went. So.
Right.
They had another storm today.
Yeah, it was just a regular storm. So.
And they said, "Oh, we have another in it."
Oh. So
I lost a necklace there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if this counts as
Oh,
like
gosh.
good karma towards the property. We knocked over a soda off of a nightstand
I had anxiety attack the night before we left.
While we're in the dark. Nancy has anxiety attacks every
I
night.
do.
It's not a big deal. So when this happened,
So fun.
I went over, and you're not familiar with the room you're in, and the light switches are really
absolutely.
There's switches on the cable to the lamp on your nightstand, so there's no wall switch. And so to turn it on, I had to run around, and then I'm trying to help her, and then I turn the switch on finally. And as I do it, I knock her can of soda, which we had sodas in the fridge and stuff, and they stocked them pretty well. As well as beer, no wine, just beer in ours. I know other ones do some hard alcohol, do some different things, but we just had beer in the fridge with sodas and water. And when I say beer, I just mean Tecate and Tecate Light. I knocked the can of soda over, and then I had to clean it up with an extra bath towel. And I just, threw it down and swept it up and didn't really pay attention. And somewhere in there was where we probably got her necklace lost. We didn't realize it until we were on the plane heading home, roughly, or in the airport before we got home. And she calls when we land at the airport in Vegas, and they tell her they have it. Now, this is like when I bought this necklace, it was a $1,200 necklace, and this is,
it's a diamond heart. It says all these diamonds.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Right.
And when I bought it, it had a really inexpensive chain on it, but the thing was the diamond heart. We had replaced the chain with a chain from her mother's after her mom passed away. So it was a much better chain. So there's more value to it than it probably was originally. Right. And they took
it off in Cabo Wabo with Jamie and Sharon and them because it kept getting stuck in my hair. So I put it in my purse and zipped it up. And then the next day I saw it. I'm like, it's still in my purse, zipped up.
Yeah.
I think I just put it on the nightstand. I don't know.
But they returned it. So
guess how much they want to take? They're charging us to send it back. $110 US dollars.
They use which is
not
which I'm willing to spend. It's better.
I will spend it.
It's better than losing your item, but
that's a lot.
It's a lot. But they use a special company that ships jewelry.
Make money.
Had we just
go down the chain.
Had we just left
I wouldn't want to spend it, but that's like you say, that was your mother's chain.
Yeah. And had we just left like
about 15,
had we left like a souvenir cup, like a souvenir cup or something that was important, they might have just boxed that up and mailed it to us for $10, But they have to use this company that does a secure process.
But one time I lost a bracelet in Berlin, and I said, I lost something, and they said, what is it? And I told them, and they go, we have it. Guess what it was? They sent me back a hair tie, a hair clip, and a empty thing of like floss container.
So
I'm like, are you kidding me?
She didn't try and tell them.
Bracelet.
She didn't try and tell them she left something really valuable in the room, and I don't think it was actually really valuable. But she goes, "Yeah, I left something in the room. I was wondering if you guys found anything." And they said,
"Well, we did.
Yes, we did find something." Okay, hold that. When I get off my cruise, I'll pick it up.
It was worth $2.
So it was worth less than like the tip on the cab ride that we took over. It was.
So I asked them, "What does it look like?" The bracelet.
So this time we asked the question.
And they sent me a picture of the necklace, and then they called me and go, "Is it worth money?" Yeah, well, it's gold and diamonds. Yes, it is worth money. Like, okay, I'm gonna put a $2,000 value on it because you had it for years, and gold's worth my money, and $110 US. I'm like, that seems pricey, but we're still gonna pay it.
Well,
no, I understand absolutely.
She told me she thought that was pricey, and I left a small case in a locker, in a hotel in Shreveport, Louisiana, smaller than this phone, and it had in it 2 sets of cheap headphones. When I say cheap, like $40.
Right.
And I still like them. I would like to get them back. They could probably mail it to me for $10 or $13. And so they go, "Oh, we opened the safe. We found it." They didn't know what it was, and because it's in this nice zipper case that's like a hard shell. Like, yeah, that'll be $75 to mail back. And I went, "Those are like 2 pairs of headphones." And they're like, well, that's how much it will be. So she calls her host, and her host goes, just 2 pairs of headphones? We're like, yeah. He goes, I'll just go get that and mail that to you. So he mailed it to us, and that was the end of it. But that's kind of how hotels handle things sometimes.
But I think at this place, they're going like this. Okay, so someone's going to make, the person that turned the necklace in, they'll probably make 20. The person that I'm not kidding.
Nancy thinks everyone's skimming off the top everywhere.
Daniel and Nancy, you know what I think? Y'all lose a lot of stuff.
I know. I lose a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we lose a lot of stuff.
I know. I lose a lot of stuff, but
there are times where
I don't like to be taken advantage of either.
There are times where we
I wouldn't do that.
Pack well, pack carefully. And then all the way while we're on a trip, like if you're on a cruise and you dirty clothes, I start packing the dirty clothes on the way, and to where like on the final day I'm not hammered trying to get everything together. We don't lose things on the
organized.
Things on the day where we didn't do that,
stuff.
And like we wake up like way too late in the morning on like.
I know what you mean, no doubt. I mean, well, that's how we are.
Especially when you stay up too late the night before.
Well, that's how we are. I'm almost like, before we go on a cruise, we've got a checklist, and that way we don't forget anything, and we try not to overpack, but we don't want to underpack, and so we got a checklist, and we'll go through our checklist, and we'll go through and we get everything, and we get to the cruise ship, we unpack immediately and get everything in its place, and as we stuff we don't need, we'll make sure that we have it ready to pack, or we have it in a certain area that. But yeah, if we stay up like the last night and we're gonna stay up and we party or something, and the next day it's like, oh no, we gotta get off this boat. We gotta go. Let's go. So
we actually usually will come in from a cruise from the day, and like during the daytime we will pack everything but what we need for the next day.
We gotta do too. We want
before we have drinky drinks.
Before we have too many drinky drinks.
When we're not on a group cruise, that works really well. We're on a group cruise. There's too many people doing things, and we lose track of everything.
The last night we were Aaron and Matthew, he did a light show on Monday, and then we decided to go to Cabo Wabo.
Oh.
And walked over there, and there's one street that looks kind of scary. I don't like going on that street. We've done it 3 times, and
I wouldn't call it scary, but it's got a really large building that has been there for 29 years. It was meant to be a resort, and somehow it never got finished.
Right.
And it's a giant empty shell, like 7-story high gray building, no window, nothing. It's just empty. And it creates a weird, creepy feeling on this one street just because there's nothing there, and except the chain link fence in this gray building. And but other than that, it's fun.
Jamie wanted to go to this place, and I kept saying, "What's that laughing place?" He goes, "Nancy, it's not called laughing; it's called Giggling Marlin." But I started calling it the Laughing Fish.
There you go, the Laughing Fish.
Not called Laughing Fish. So we didn't go on the way back, and Sharon goes, "I'm going back to the room. We're not going to stop there. There's nothing going on." And I started laughing my head off. I couldn't stop laughing.
We've been at Cabo Wabo too long. Is pretty much what.
Because like Jamie's behind us with his son walking, and Sharon's in front of me.
So Nancy's doing this. She's twisting around a lot, talking.
I started laughing and laughing. And I wasn't drinking that much. I wasn't drinking. Just to watch them is so funny. So we get to this other street, and I turned around so much, my shoe broke, and I fell on the ground.
Oh my
God! He looks at me, and I look at Jamie, and Jamie wish she had a video. I'm like, "Put audio on the video."
It's like the high heel portion at the bottom, and then the part you strap your foot to just separated and twisted.
It was a wedge.
It was a wedge, and so
the whole
like
thing
this,
is separated like that. And I like the shoes because they're very like blingy and stuff.
And light.
And then and then Jamie just goes, "Oh my God, I wish I had a video." Like I said, I wasn't drunk, so I had to walk back to the hotel barefooted. Oh, so look at the room. I had to wash my feet because I would have made we're walking on. Who knows who's walking on that street? I'm like, oh my God. Hoping the coronavirus have dirty feet walking on the street.
Actually, the dirty foot probably saved you.
I don't know, but we left my shoes there. We didn't bring them home.
Yeah, we left her shoes there.
I wish I would have brought
We
them
came in
home.
on Friday, so we stayed Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. We left on Wednesday. She brought 7 pairs of shoes.
Well, I came home with 6.
He sounds like Ronnie.
What?
Came home. Now,
Is he?
I did. I want to start at the end of all of
He
our
always
trip.
brings way more shoes than I do.
I want to
Oh,
take
wow.
a picture. I want to take a picture of all the things we don't wear. You know, like
Oh, God.
how much stuff did we take that we don't wear? And then I'd like to post that online and say, please don't overpack, because we do it all the time. Very rarely do we. I don't think we've ever successfully packed exactly what we've worn. We've always packed.
Well,
when
we're going to Vegas. We're going to bring like
Ain't nobody.
2 carry-ons.
I had 2 pairs of shorts and 2 pairs of swim trunks I didn't wear, and 1 pair of shoes.
Well, I can see that. I mean, I'm
And
thinking
some
we're
shirts.
going this, all inclusive. I'm probably going to just need a couple pair of swim trunks and maybe a couple shirts and maybe an outfit to go to dinner or something. Then, but I don't see it needing a whole lot.
I brought that dinner outfit. I never wore it.
I think y'all will have better weather in October.
Yeah,
I'd
October
love
would
to
be
go,
nice.
but if it's over $3,000, I don't think we're going to make that.
I don't think it will be. I think you're
I mean-
pricing it oddly.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I would love to go.
Weekends.
I'm gonna say price it on the weekend, or I'm not sure if Chris is still in here, but See the World with Chris Barnett. I mean, he is a travel agent, so he
Well, he
may.
is too? Oh,
Well, at least for this trip.
So,
we would love to see all y'all. I couldn't imagine
It would be a great
not
time,
going.
no doubt. I mean, that would be a great time. I mean, there's already a lot of great people going. I know the Coos Cruisers, Sarah and Bob's going.
Yep.
Nautical Nurse Nancy and her husband Anthony is
I
going.
know.
Barnett and his
We're going
wife.
to see them in Vegas.
Who?
I know a lot of you were going because it was the replacement.
Michelle Baldwin,
Sarah.
Right?
Sarah B.
Yeah.
Burrow. Is it?
Yeah.
I know Johnny B's wife.
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah's going.
With an H.
Yeah. See the World with Chris. Now if you.
Who's here?
If you want to check with him, I mean, he, like I say, he's a travel agent. He may be able to get you a good deal. Just let him know.
He kind of said to me the prices jumped up.
A little bit, yeah, he did.
Yeah, the
he said when
prices
he
jumped.
originally booked, it was cheaper, which of course it was. It was further out, and
right.
as they're only 30 minutes, so as it starts
I
filling
kept
up,
putting it off. I kept procrastinating, and so yeah, we had to pay a higher price for hours, and of course,
Can you look at that face?
so yeah,
you can't.
That's,
but absolutely, like I say, have a trip with him, and we'd love for y'all to be able to make it more the merrier, no doubt.
I would love to come.
We'd love to come.
We're going to try. We're going to really try our hardest because we want to meet y'all so much.
And we had thought
See everybody else.
we thought when we came back, we
Yeah, when we come back from
Price,
Vegas, I
so-
think we're going to probably set it up.
oh no, we thought we came back from
Oh,
this
from
trip.
this. We're going to look every day because we want to go.
The harder part for us has been, it's like everything that couldn't have went wrong on this trip, we didn't go wrong. Right before this trip, the transmission bombed out in my car, so it's $2,000 to replace that.
Oh man,
Then we're getting ready.
I
Then we're getting ready
know.
to go. I mean, money's an issue, but money's not an issue. But we're getting
right.
Money's
ready
always
to go.
Oh yeah. Well,
I have like a half or 75% blind dog, and he's up on our bed, and he jumps off the bed, and he doesn't see the stool that's there. And as he's going to the ground,
His fault.
my fault, 'cause I put the stool there. He rips off a toenail entirely, like the day before we're going, and
Bleeding everywhere.
bleeding everywhere. And so I got to get him taken care of. And then my neighbor who's watching my dog now has to watch my dog that's injured, and my dog already.
We paid her like $150. I mean, it's just,
that's the thing. You're right, Daniel. I mean, doing stuff like this, you got not only you got your trip, but you got to make sure pets are taken care of, or
Yep.
and I'm not working. I haven't worked for a while.
taken care of, or
I think that's why we don't have pets. I mean,
Because they're like kids.
We're finally getting kids out of the house. You know, we've had all of them but one move out, and we don't have pets, and we don't want pets. We're tired of taking care of stuff that can't take care of us.
I know. And see,
Yeah.
for me, I can't imagine without like this little thing. I mean, this thing is so important to me. I just can't imagine. But we have to pay people to take care of them.
But if you didn't have him, you wouldn't have to imagine.
You know, we've always had pets and been together.
And then so just to throw one more wrench into it. So I don't have a car. My wife has a little teeny Mazda Miata.
I have a Barbie car that goes. It's in the Barbie world, you know.
You can't fit. You can fit like a 2-day bag in that. That's
right. It's small. You're right.
So we're gonna take an Uber.
It's a little red. Looks like a mini convertible. Like no, it looks like a mini Corvette.
I'm gonna finish this.
Okay.
So we're gonna take an Uber, and then in California, there's a law that's being passed that all Uber drivers.
What's going on?
That's the bestest daughter-in-law in the world, right
This is
there.
our daughter here saying that our grandbaby saying,
"Hey, Bray,
There we go.
Mama loves you, baby."
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna get to see them tomorrow.
So they were passing a law.
He's got Daniel. He's got hair like you. He's got long hair.
Does he?
Curly, yeah,
He's 2 years old.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, I want to see a picture.
But they were passing this law that Uber drivers were going to have to, in California, become employees, Uber and Lyft drivers. And so Uber and Lyft were on that Thursday, and we were traveling on Friday. They were going to shut down and not operate in California. And that was my ride to the airport. You know, everything was falling apart. But we made it. We had a really good time, I think, in the end. There were a few negatives.
Sharon and seeing them, they were so fun.
Still a nice trip.
Awesome.
Their son was so quiet at first, and then he started chiming in. They're all looking like, "Whoa, what's going on, Matthew?"
Yeah, and in Cabo, you only have to be 18 to drink at the bars, you know.
Right.
And so we're walking into Cabo Wabo, and
they wanted his ID.
they're like, "Oh, we're gonna need to see your ID," and he's all, "Oh, why?" You know, he's taller than all
He's
of us.
6 foot tall.
And he's like, "Oh, why?" You're like, "Well, you know, if you're gonna drink or anything," he's like, "Oh, I'm only 15. I'm not drinking." And they go, "Oh yeah, go right on in."
Jamie's. Wait till you see the video. I don't know if you watched the video from their show and for Cabo Wabo. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's so fun.
It's fun.
Honey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
You guys will have a great time in Cancun.
I hope so. I mean,
it's not an entire replacement of a cruise, but it should be very, very close.
We need some fun in our lives.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you know, we got to have some fun in our lives. We're not able to cruise. We had a July cruise got canceled, and then the group cruise in October got canceled. Now we were able to go down to Florida and meet a lot of great people. Now that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I love watching that video. That was
The scale of that's smaller, you know, in its own way.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay too.
Got some good looking food over there.
Yeah, a lot of good food.
I sent you a picture, Nancy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, on Facebook Messenger of the grandbaby.
Oh, I can't wait to look at it.
You have to wait.
I'm looking right now.
You don't really get a
Oh
choice.
my God, how cute! Oh, that's a cute face.
He's awesome.
Oh my God.
He is.
He's got the hair.
Oh, yeah.
Is he 2?
2.
He's 2 years.
Oh, he's so cute.
He turned 2 in May.
Yeah, 2 in May.
Oh my gosh.
At the end of May there.
My grandkids are 14 and 9. And my daughter's not going to have any more kids. She is done.
Well,
But she's 35, so that's.
she's done, but you know, physically,
Right.
something's not gonna happen.
No, she don't have any more kids. She's
Yeah.
done.
I've heard people say that, and then something happens.
No, she don't want any more.
Yeah.
Hence my
Hey.
15-year-old.
Well,
There you go.
my
You have a
sister.
15-year-old?
How old is my sister? My sister just turned 38,
Oh, that's right.
but she just had, you know, he's not a year old yet, but I mean,
I'm
last
married, Nancy.
December, November, December, she had a baby, and her oldest, well, she's only got one child, but or
Two now.
two now, but her first child is like 20 years old, just turned 20 years old.
Starting college when
She's
she had a baby.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like, and she thought she couldn't have any more kids, and surprise, now
Life happens.
Sharon and Jamie had the boy. We should have had one. We didn't.
You know.
But Sharon and Jamie, they had their own kids, and then they had their boy. And
We had pets.
I'm glad they did. You know, that boy's been cruising. He's had 25 cruises. That boy,
Yeah,
Matthew.
awesome, absolutely. I've seen, I wish I was on that many. We've only been on 8 cruises.
Yeah.
But-
We've been about 11. I've been on like 12 or 13.
Yeah, you had a few extra before I existed. With some other guy named Dan. Which was nice.
Cruising is the bomb. You know what's weird about cruising? You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
Most
I
people
agree.
that hate it have never been on it.
Same thing at Vegas. You love it or hate it. That's the
I don't know. See, I really like gambling. I really like doing the slot machines.
does
I
like- she
really
likes
enjoy
gambling. She
it,
does
but
like
I
gambling.
really
No
don't
doubt.
like to lose money.
Me
So,
either.
It's hard.
The last few
Yeah.
times I gambled, I've lost my butt. I'm surprised I can sit down sometimes. I go, I'm gone now.
I really enjoy it, but I just don't like to lose money. And I think about, dang, I just popped $1,000 here in a day. I mean, I could go on a cruise for that.
Yeah,
I
that's,
know.
that's
You
the
know,
other side. And so when do you gamble enough to get a benefit that you want that works out? I'm gonna
Oh yeah, absolutely,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
go, man.
No, you want to go for that.
I might have that drive a little more if I ever actually won, but I've never won any more than enough to play.
Oh,
But
I
she's,
won some big money.
I gotta say, she's won some
I
money.
know what to rub on Nancy's ass to get any luck because I don't
I
have
know.
none.
I know.
Be like, let me get some luck. Let me get some luck. Absolutely.
I always
It's
say
been lucky too on cruises.
we're
It's
not
far off.
we're not lucky at all when it comes to gambling, but we're lucky
You
in
got-
life.
Exactly. Life is good every day for y'all.
Mhm.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I always say. I mean, we say, life is good today, and I always say, life is always good as long as I'm with her. Life is always good. I mean, I'm the
That's the
happiest
best.
I've ever been. And,
We've got 5 healthy children, 7 healthy grandchildren.
and,
That's the best attitude for sure.
well, I mean, we try. I mean, that's our thing.
You don't try, y'all have it.
Our motto.
We're
Our
able-
mama's still working.
We're
You
able
got
to
something going on for school.
Mhm.
Y'all have some stuff coming up.
We got
That's
things to look forward to. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We got this.
I think it's very important to have something to look forward to, like this Cancun. I keep saying cruise. This Cancun cruise.
Yeah, it's a long
I think with all this going on, you can call it a cruise. I think you can call it a cruise.
We've been calling it a land cruise,
Land cruise.
Call it a cruise.
but yeah, I mean,
I hope
absolutely.
to go. Because I'm going to meet y'all one day. If it's not there, it's going to be somewhere
Perhaps
else.
not this day, it'll be another. Something else will work out.
If it's too pricey, I mean,
I'm thinking we probably need to make a trip to California to see all our West Coast
Now
friends.
that's another thing we've been talking about coming to California, and
you can.
The only thing I would say about that is we're still so heavily shut down.
now I know right now it's not a great
And I'd
time.
rather
We have
go
a bar at our house.
Yeah, we have a bar at our house, but you can't go anywhere else. It's like you can go to the restaurant around the corner, but you
San
can,
Diego's open.
somewhat. But you can only sit outside, and that sounds great. until you realize it's
We went to Florida not to see Florida. We went to Florida to see friends, and that's the same way it is.
Yeah.
California. I mean,
Right.
we would go to see friends. It's
So it's a
not.
whole different.
This is a different world we're living in right now, and
It
you
is.
you do what you got to do. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it is no
Like-
doubt, no doubt. But
Like for us, they reopened salons. I don't know if I can even afford to go back to pay rent.
So
I'm going to think about it, but
yeah,
no outside
no,
eating is
no doubt.
going on. No inside eating. They didn't okay with that.
Yeah, so her
They
salon
didn't
will
okay that at
open.
all.
Her salon will open on the 31st if it meets requirements. Let's just say it does.
It will. It did
But
before.
she rents a space for X amount of dollars. And because of the amount of time people haven't been going to somebody or that they're still afraid to come back, there's such a deterioration or
I was
erosion.
-80 and -50 for my rent 2 weeks in a row the last 2
There's
weeks.
such an erosion of your clientele that like you're going to come back and pay full rent for.
But had someone come to my house today and get a haircut for $50.
Right, absolutely.
I charged him 35. They gave me 50.
Yeah.
He drives up in his Ferrari, So Porsche. Okay, Porsche.
Hey, still one of them $100 cars. That's right, Nancy. I'm like, what?
I have
Absolutely.
rich clients, but they're giving me extra money because
Some are, and then there's some that just aren't coming.
There's some that aren't coming.
And there's some, to be honest, that just let their hair go gray and they didn't care.
Right.
I went to my dentist.
They've been going to be 16 years.
My dentist let go of both of his hygienists because people are afraid to come in and get their teeth cleaned. So, and he can't.
Isn't that sad?
He can't afford
Oh my
to keep
God.
them. So, he had to let them go. So all kinds of weird stuff happens.
And you're right in it, Alma.
She knows.
You're right in the middle of it.
So
So is Nancy, but
So you guys
I
are
found out
leaving.
Sharon's not right in the middle of it. She does barely work like nursing.
She's
But y'all
working.
two are. I
Yeah,
don't
she's
know how you do
working.
it.
Yeah, we have always been right in the middle of a lot of things. So this is just one more thing. This is not.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's still crazy, no doubt, but
It's not a really big deal to me. I mean, the world is crazy, but my job. I mean, and yeah, I have to wear the mask and the goggles, and it's cumbersome. But I mean, there's been a lot. There's things I'm more afraid of than what's currently going around.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So you
it's
guys-
like the world's responding to this, and
It's the first time we've really responded as a world. So it's
It is.
in our lifetime that we know of, at least.
right.
And so it's very it's really strange. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's the weirdest thing.
So you guys go in on the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Are you guys meeting up with people? Are people flying in on the same flights? Are you guys coming in at different times?
Well, we're all coming from different areas, so
Yeah, well,
not
yeah.
the same flights, but different
yeah,
areas.
we're just all when we get there. We're gonna be in the same. We're all gonna be at the same resort. We're just gonna meet up when we meet up, and there's nothing planned or anything like that. We're just all staying at the same resort and just.
How far
At the pool.
how far away is the resort from the airport? Is it real far, or is it half an hour? Or 10 minutes?
The shuttle is like a 15 minute from the airport.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
We had about 45 minutes.
Well,
After watching Nancy's videos, are you guys just expecting great pool events, hang out with your friends? Are you
Friends is definitely
I think the
people
friends-
and friends.
I think
and,
the friends is the biggest thing. Just people that we've met online and that kind of thing, and the
Yeah.
Marco Polo group.
and that pool looks fantastic. I mean,
Yeah, and she covered some of the food, but I don't remember seeing like a lot of food videos. They were
Well,
just
now they said the food was good. They said
Yeah.
the food was good.
but we're not big foodies. We
neither
love
are we.
I'm not a big foodie.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not a big
Food is not that much.
We're always on a diet, so we trying to get too much into the food.
right.
Right? I am always.
We're not,
I watch what
we're
I
not,
eat.
we're not big on
I
food,
don't,
but if
I
we
don't like
finally
to
get
eat a whole lot and then just feel bleh all day. And plus you eat, you're just like, you don't want to do nothing. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, me
don't-
either.
But when
All right.
something's good, we enjoy it. Like when they got that coconut shrimp, it was awesome. So,
Right.
Yeah.
You said it was good.
Yeah, I know it. Hey guys, I've got another guest gonna come on. I mean,
yeah,
I
Okay.
appreciate-
that sounds great.
Good to see y'all. Thank you for
Thank you.
having
Okay,
us.
thanks for having
Love
us.
you, Alma. Love you, Ronnie. Love
Hey.
y'all.
hopefully y'all
make-
can get this worked out and we'll be able to
Keep
do
on
it.
watching, okay? Love y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, good night. Thank you.
They're awesome.
Hey,
We love Daniel.
we love
Nancy.
Daniel and Nancy. They're awesome people. I mean, I hope they get to come to Cancun with us, baby, because I mean,
Absolutely.
that would be a great time. I mean, again, that's just like everybody else. I mean, we spend so much time on YouTube and meeting everybody on YouTube or, through these chats, everybody's lives and all that kind of thing. And we're just having a great time doing that, no doubt. And our next guest, which is Mr. Honey Scott.
Hey.
Hey, there he is. I mean, I wanted to get him on because, me and Honey I've been hanging out with him on the last 2 Wednesday nights. Honey's Hump Day Hangout, and I just wanted to get him on tonight to give him some more exposure to for when he does his next live. I'm not sure exactly when that is. I know he's working, maybe changing up what he does, but or the times and that kind of thing. But I just want to give him a little spotlight here on Friday night, and just hopefully let people know who Honey is, because he's a great guy.
He is.
So, Honey, take it away. Who are you hanging out with right now?
I'm hanging out with my bestie, my best friend, Evan Goldberg. I want you guys to meet him since he's been active in the so I want you guys at least to get a chance to meet him.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, he hung out with us all night last night on Thursday. I mean, that's awesome, no doubt. Absolutely.
So yeah, I going back to the show thing. So we the Q's Cruisers and D&G all kind of had that same time. I think D&G was already at that 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Right.
I originally had started my first live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and it was kind of just a segue show, a pre-show, whatever you want to call it, to Josh Hokum's show, where you can find me as a moderator there. And then the Q's Cruisers, when they kind of got in the mix, they picked 8 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday as well.
We understand. We've had our own issues as far as time slots kind of thing. I mean, with so many people, especially during this time, nobody's cruising. Everybody's looking for something to be involved in and that kind of thing. It's like, let's go to YouTube. Everybody, let's do it. Let's do it live. So I understand, absolutely. So, what have y'all figured something out?
So yeah, I mean, it's nothing official just yet. We've just had a few conversations through the Life is Good Today Marco Polo group.
Awesome.
So, and that's another really beautiful thing. Through that Marco Polo group, then I initially did this because I wanted more of an intimate, if you will, interaction with all these beautiful people that we meet and talk to every day.
Absolutely.
Now, some of the busier chats, and we've had this conversation, it doesn't feel so personal, right? And
right, absolutely.
So that was really the reason I did it. Like the Q's Cruisers and I were talking about, you and I have talked about, it's not about fame and fortune and monetizing and all that for us. It's not.
Right.
Talking to the Cruise family. What's that?
Having fun.
Absolutely. And that's really at the end of the day. We just want to be able to, other than hanging out with Evan, really, I'm working most of the week. So I don't really have, hey, Mr. Fields, how are you doing, sir? I really enjoyed, we'll talk about that probably a little later. I really enjoyed it as I was driving, and they're great people. Hey,
they are great people. We really like the Fields. I'm hoping they're going to be able to come to Cancun with us. But continue on, Mr. Honey.
Yeah, no, and I hope to see them in Vegas, and we can talk about that later too.
There you go.
So anyway, so long story short, I spoke to Sarah, and she's an amazing person. I didn't really get to be, but he looks like a great guy as well. And thanks, Lucy. And he looked like a great guy as well. But I spoke mainly to Sarah. They, like everybody else, just they have a lot of things going on, work, and they're kind of new to this, trying to figure out. I mean, without your help, it took me a while to figure out StreamYard. So I kind of did like a little video tutorial for her on Marco Polo and sent it to her. So, we're all in this to help, even though we're in competitive time slots. I don't care. It was I want her to have a great life.
That's how we are, brother. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I said to her, hey, listen, what can we do? No, not for me. Not for me, Dan. So anyway, I just told her, I said, hey, listen, if we can work something out, we want to make sure that all these people, like poor Blaine, he was hopping between the Griswolds, between the Q's Cruisers, even made it over.
It's crazy. It can get crazy sometimes. Absolutely.
And I have two.
Honey, I was watching a live in my living room, and still on the Coos Cruisers.
Exactly. It was like I'm watching one. I'm hanging out with.
I'm in the living room and still trying to listen to the Coos Cruisers.
Yeah, it's good,
Well,
but it,
and most people are able to do that. I've heard that. I think the shorts mentioned it too, and everybody, you know, they'll watch on one and then use a device and all that. And luckily we have those, but again, you don't feel fully engaged. And
right. Absolutely, you're right.
I felt like, hey, what can I do? And I don't know D&G. If there's a day where we can all merge together, hey, I'm all for it. If anybody wants to make that introduction, I'm all for it. But I reached out to Q's Cruisers only because we were on Marco Polo together and said, hey, how can we make this work for both of us so we're not stepping on each other? We're all a big family here. And she was completely open with herself. She's like, hey, listen, this is overwhelming for us. I don't even know we'd be able to do it and I feel bad. I shouldn't speak for her, but I just,
Right.
That, I don't know if we could do this every week. So I said, hey, let's work something out. Maybe every other week, or maybe, 1 week I'm on your show, 1 week you're on my show. That way, those kind of things. So we are planning on talking, if not this weekend, before Wednesday. Sorry, Tuesday on Wednesday, and I'm just going to make the announcement now. They are going to come to Honey's Hump Day Hangout. So I'll be putting that out. They're going to come to Honey's Hump Day Hangout. It's going to be a party. It's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Moving forward, we'll come up with something. So for Wednesday, yeah, and I'm actually going to go back to 8 p.m. Eastern to give us a whole hour to just have a great time. So that's
awesome. No, man, no, that's great. That's great, honey. Yeah, like you say, D&G. Now, yeah, they've been at that time slot for a while that I know of. But they are, and they're great guys. We love Derek and Gregory.
My hall pass.
We love Derek and Gregory. They're awesome guys, no doubt. But they got, just like Josh.
It's a little different genre.
It's a different genre or niche or whatever you want to. Josh, he's got the family friendly mamas and grandmas and kids and just family kind of thing. And D&G's more the
and we got alcohol.
Well, they do drink alcohol, but D&G for the Disney side kind of vibe going on. So, so I think there's enough, I really think there's enough, people in between those, that y'all should work this out. Like you said, I think the Coos Cruisers seem like great people. We're going to be hanging out with them in Cancun. We can't wait, and so yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Great.
Well, and that's what this is all about. I've heard this happening with other days and time slots and other live shows of just kind of work things out, move things around. You guys have done that.
We've done that with our Thursday. We moved to the 9 o'clock time slot, and I think it's great. I think really it's I think it may work out. It may even work out better for us as far as the entertainers, like with Russell. Now
It definitely works out better with Russell because
he's he's 12 hours ahead of us, so therefore.
Now me at 11 o'clock, I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know if I can go any longer.
Of course, right now, I don't have to really do a whole lot except for clean house, which you had me doing all day today.
You're such a liar.
Well, you're up when the roosters crow. I see your Marco Polos.
Yeah,
because I get him up.
If she's got to work, I just can't sleep in when she has to work now.
Yeah.
Now, when she's at home, like today, I got the kid off to school, and then I come back and I got in the bed, and I actually slept a little later than I intended to, because I knew we've got some friends coming over tomorrow, and so I wanted to get the house cleaned up. Got to hit the. I try to keep it clean all the time, but
he does.
But you got to hit the all them areas that you don't get on a regular basis, I guess. But
well, we know she doesn't keep you around for your dance moves, Ronnie. We figured that out last night.
You figured that out, did you? That's right. There ain't no dancing. I ain't no dancer. You're right. Oh, I hear you, honey.
Hey, honey, you should hear him sing.
I can't sing either.
I think I did a little bit when you guys were at the Spikers. Everybody was overshadowed by Miss Lorelai.
Oh my goodness! Right, Miss Lorelai.
She's the queen.
She is, no doubt. Where Nancy's the queen of spots, but Lorelai is the queen of karaoke. Ain't no doubt about it.
Her voice.
I mean, she got an awesome voice, no doubt. I see we got a few other people in the house here. Dewey Ski is in the house. What's going on?
I don't see the chat, Ronnie. This is my first time really doing this, other than that one cruisathon. But I don't see the chat. So if anybody's saying anything to me, if you don't bring it up, I'm sorry. Not ignoring anybody.
Right. You should be able to see the chat. I mean, I'm
afraid buttons here.
I don't know. Usually I have said that the guests can see the chat, so I'm not sure what.
Let me see. Let me just try something. Hopefully I don't get this.
You go right ahead. I see, but we got Dewey Skis in the house, down on the cruisers. What's going on, guys?
Just throw it. If anybody says anything to me, sorry, Ronnie. Somebody says
go right ahead.
Up on the screen, I thought I could acknowledge them, but.
Of course, we got See the World Chris. I mean, we talked to him earlier, but he's saying woo. So anybody that says woo, I got to call them out because that's
woo. Woo, yeah. Don't break your wooer, please. Don't break your
Dewey Ski said he's this close to he said, I'm this close to booking the kid. Hey, dude, book it, man. Book it. Book it. Book it. Hey.
I wish I could, man. Dewey, do it. Do it. I wish I could.
Do it.
I just started a new job, and it's just too tough to ask for time off this quickly. And
absolutely.
We got a lot of things between now. This one cool thing about this company, other than the 3 weeks of vacation I get, they shut down during Christmas time for that full week.
Oh, yeah.
Eve to New Year's Day. And, so it's nice, but between now and then, it's going to be tough to get.
Linda, hello.
Hello, Miss Linda. How are you?
And like Rayleigh's, Blaine from Rayleigh Creative Travel saying, speaking of lives, it's tough not to step on anyone. Like Friday nights, there's multiple lives going on. Absolutely. I think, I'm not sure if anybody else is live right now on a Friday night. I know originally,
maybe
the Us and More was live on Friday nights at 8. And, us being us, it's hard for us to, we always run over. An hour's just not enough for us because we like to talk, and we usually have people on. And so they were gracious enough to move their live to 9 o'clock so that try to keep, so we're going to do our best to keep it at, between 7 and 9 on Fridays. That way we don't go over. If we do, we'll apologize, but it's not intentional for sure. But, and then, of course, at 9 o'clock, you got Us and More. And then I'm thinking Alana Zingano's on at 9 some Friday nights. I'm not sure if it's every Friday night. And then, of course, at 10 o'clock, you got the Down Under Cruisers. They come on, and they do their thing. But, it's just hard not to step on other toes. But, if you can, I always say, this community's awesome, honey. I mean, I know I've experienced it. I mean, we've met so many great people that helped us out, pointed us in the right direction as far as, how to use the StreamYard, how to do lives, how to, edit videos. And so, I mean, it's a great community. There ain't no doubt about it. So, I mean, we're loving it. That's the reason why, I wanted to have you on, especially because, we've done the Honey Hump Day hangout last couple. My thing is, I want to give back. I want to try to help everybody else out, and so that's what that's all been about. And I've had a great time doing it. I've been loving it, and I've helped I've been talking to See the World with Chris and helping him out, and he's going to start doing some lives here before long. And I know the 6 Traveling Shorts, they're getting ready to gear up and do more on their end. And so I don't know if you've seen it on our Facebook page, but every Sunday I like to do a creator spotlight. And I'm hoping maybe I can do that on Friday nights. Maybe I can just get maybe one of the newest creators. And I say newest, and I'm going anybody that's probably under 1,000 subscribers. And
that'd be us.
That'd be us because we're under 1,000.
Have yourself on.
But I'm just saying anybody that we can just promote and help get them more people seeing, because I mean Honey's a great guy. I mean, I can't say no more. He's a great guy.
Thank you.
He's awesome. I mean, so.
And Marco Polo is a great tool.
I've had so much fun with Marco Polo. I get busy
I
sometimes.
think if it wasn't for Marco Polo, we would not have survived this
this pandemic kind of thing.
because Marco Polo has allowed us to be social and interactive with each other and, talk to each other. And
the greatest quote last night was "Make Thursday great again," and that was Mr. Evan that said that. And I'm like, absolutely. Because during this crazy time in the world, it's like back, used to you could go to a bar around here. You could go to a bar on Thursday night and see a live band, maybe play some trivia, some karaoke, and you get a start to the weekend. And now, limited capacity. You're lucky to even be able to go out.
Well, in a lot of places, the bars, like in Arizona, I think they just finally reopened them again. They had them open, and then we had those huge spikes, so they shut them down again, and now they're just finally reopening them. But a lot of people are still timid about going. I heard Dancy talking about that earlier. When people started coming in and being reckless and all that, and not for nothing else, but it just makes the experience. That what I mean, to a point where you're like, forget it, I don't want to go, especially in a foreign country, and you're already kind of like squeamish, if you will. So then on top of that, I love. I mean, Evan and his wife were watching last night, and she just kept sending me messages about how much she loved Russell and this song and that song, and she was enjoying it. She normally she doesn't really get into it like we do. We don't get into all the cruise and everything, but she was engaged. So that got people that are even not really maybe interested in hearing about the cruise talk, but are just dying for some live music and things like that. And Russell hopefully is benefiting from it. I was asking last night. I was really sincere about it. I hope that he's getting enough tips and stuff. And I would, from the bottom of my heart, if you could find out what it is that it costs, I'd be happy to even tip even more than I did just to help him out, because I think it just music is like just soothing for the soul and brings back.
That was our whole premise when we was doing Thirsty Thursday was, hey, people can't go out and do things. Let's bring things to people, and music and entertainment and kinship, and I mean, to be able to have a great time. And that was the whole Thirsty Thursday idea.
Well, it looks like Q's Cruisers are in the chat. I just noticed that.
I see they're in here. I mean, Lucy, we love you
Lucy.
And Bill.
One of these days, Lucy's going to sing on here.
Lucy said that she's going to sing karaoke with us on a Thursday one night. So I'm not sure when we're going to have this, but I'm thinking that we're going to have.
She's got to have tequila first, though. We don't discover.
We're going to have karaoke on Thursday nights. I'm thinking at least one Thursday night a month or something. We just do. We get everybody, all these creators just come on and sing karaoke.
Oh, that would be.
We say that, but then Miss Lorelai come on here and she's singing, and nobody else will sing, including me. Nobody else will sing.
I'm saying, now if we have her on, we got to have her on at the end, and that way,
clean up.
Yeah, that way, because who's going to follow that?
You should go first, and then as people start drinking, then we sound better. So
you don't follow Lorelai.
But she's awesome. Ain't no doubt about that. Oh, let's see. I got my green screen. I'm not sure, Chris. I'm not how that goes.
Chris, we're working with the green screen right now too, and what we've discovered is you've got to have some really good lighting. If you don't have great lighting, green screen.
I can say mine wasn't working good. So I mean, I still got to order me some new lights. We ain't never had no good lighting in this house, and I've tried different lamps and this thing, try to get me some better lighting, but
even the echo, because we have hardwood floors and
where we set up is
we're kind of in an empty room.
This is our makeshift
our
gym.
house is very open. It's very open, so it's echoey.
Yeah.
Hello.
Coos Cruiser saying, Honey and I talked for a while Marco Polo on Wednesday. Love getting to know y'all. Hey, I'll tell you what.
Marco Polo is awesome.
It has been great. I mean, you can't get overwhelmed because if you get in certain groups, I mean, sometimes it can next thing you know, there's 100 polos, and you go, "Oh my God!" And,
and there are certain awesome people like Nautical Nurse Nancy and Flamingo Pam that will watch every polo. So if you see them talk, you watch them because they took notes.
They took notes,
and they will comment on every polo, but not me.
That way, when
I get off of work and I see 158 polos, I mark all as watched and I keep on trucking. I'm not going to watch them.
That's too
I'm
much.
not going to do it. I mean,
absolutely.
That's too much. But
and that's the thing about Marco Polo. You can't if it's not fun anymore, then what's the point? So if you're getting overwhelmed and flabbergasted because there's so many polos, you're not doing it right. It should be fun. So do whatever. If you love watching every one of them, then watch every one of them.
That's right.
But if it overwhelms you, then don't do it.
Down on the cruisers, y'all great. I'm gonna tell you what. The best time I've had with the Down Under Cruisers, I mean, they're good. No, now don't get me wrong. The best time I had with the Down Under Cruisers is when they was part of that doggone Twisted Trivia. The last Twisted Trivia, Lord help. Now, it got crazy. And upside down, and
that was not everyone's cup of tea.
Now, it's not everybody's cup of tea.
It was our cup of tea.
We liked it. But
it's not everybody's.
But yeah. That's my favorite. Now, there ain't no doubt about that. But, I mean, Down on the Cruise are great people, no doubt. I mean, they're over in Australia, I think.
Melbourne, right? Because my wife's family lives
down part.
Well, everybody's not in Dalton.
Yeah, they're in Melbourne, Australia.
Okay, I'm like, I think.
And I think that's actually like on the other side of Australia than Anissa.
The south end.
I'm gonna say I think Anissa's close, right?
No, I don't think so. I think Anissa
above New Zealand
right.
Anissa told me where the Melbourne airport was versus her airport, and it was a long way away.
She said Sydney. She said Sydney's
like an hour away.
We needed to fly into Melbourne. Either way it goes, I'm right. She's wrong. I know it. She said Anissa said fly into Melbourne. We said because we was looking one time maybe going over there because Anissa taught us how to eat veggie properly. She goes, hey, but I'm saying she said she's like 4 hours from Melbourne.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
Well, yeah, Sydney would be northeast of Melbourne. And I think it's about 4 hours. My wife's family is in Melbourne, and when I heard that Down Under Cruisers is down there, and I go out there, she actually went last in 2019 before everything went crazy. But and I want to go really bad. So if you all go, let me know. I'll join you. That's a long flight. I need somebody to talk to.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I mean, I ain't lying. I mean, we'd love to go.
It's a long flight,
but it is a long flight.
It's an expensive flight. Like the flight itself was like $3,000.
I mean, we might have to plan that, but we'd look. Cause now Anissa says, I've got 2 extra bedrooms. She said, y'all can stay in one, and then Ronnie can stay in the other if he pisses you off.
Oh man! Don't give her options.
I know. I'm like, what? Hey, Vacation Adventures with Pam and Rich. What's going on, guys? They're down there in Florida. What do you say? It's 90 degrees at 8:30. Oh my goodness.
Hey, honey, I've been married 4 times. I've always got options.
Oh. She said, if I don't act right, honey, she gonna kick
you. Always have a place to stay with us out here if anything should go down.
All right.
Good looking out, man. Good looking out.
There you go. No doubt.
You all are great people and meant for each other,
I think so. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I mean, no doubt. I mean, I love her, and it's awesome. It's awesome when you meet that right person, and everything clicks, and we're just loving life, and our motto is life's too short not to be happy, and we're happy, and that's how we're living life right now. Is can't cruise right now, so we got to go on these. We're gonna go on this all-inclusive, resort thing down in Cancun.
I was listening in to the stuff that Dancy was saying about Cabo, which for me, I'd like to go to both places, but Cabo would definitely be more geographically desirable.
Right. Absolutely.
But what I didn't like was, I don't know that I would want to do that marina thing just based off some of the things that they were saying. Not having the show, not having some of those other little things, and I think did they? And I missed parts of it because I came on late and was
Right.
Did they talk about the food much? I don't know what the food options.
They said
food was great.
They said they had. I mean, they're not big food, but they said the food was good. At the resort that they, the alcohol was more cheap. I mean, it wasn't. You didn't get no. You're not getting top shelf alcohol, and that's an unfortunate thing. I mean,
we're a little concerned about that because we're kind of top shelf people.
Well, when it comes to our Grey Goose, I'm
a little bougie.
When it comes to our Grey Goose, I mean, we like because why drink the cheap stuff? I mean, you can drink the cheap stuff, and it's cheaper, of course, but you're gonna wake up the next day feeling like junk, Whereas you drink the better stuff, and you don't have all those stuff that's gonna make you have that big old hangover and make you feel like crap, kind of thing.
I wonder. I guess there's no way for them to really enforce it. I mean, you can go to some of the local establishments and probably buy your own alcohol, I would imagine, right?
We could fly our own there.
Or fly it there. That's true.
Right. We thought about maybe packing some in
we've done that before, but it gets aggravating trying to run back and make a drink.
We've done it on a cruise ship. You got it in the room and you got to go back and make you drink and come back out.
Convenience means a lot. I mean, when you're on a vacation, you want everything to be convenient.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That was and then just the thing they were talking about with the everybody trying to sell them all the drugs and things like that. I kind of remember that in Jamaica.
Yeah, I heard about that in Jamaica. Yeah.
And that made the experience. And that on that trip, I had my mom with me, my 70-something-year-old mom, and they were offering her weed and
right. That's like
have glaucoma. So
we got Vacation Adventures with Pam and Rich saying you will not get top shelf at a lot of the all-inclusives. The Dominican Republic was cheap stuff, and so was Costa Rica.
That's why they were people with that stuff in the DR.
They was having trouble down there in Dominican. Yeah, with the cheap stuff, some people.
Yeah,
that was not good.
Yeah, that was not good, no doubt.
We were discussing them in the what happened.
See the World with Chris saying that there were some decent alcohol selections. I mean, I definitely got to talk to you more about that, Chris. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, maybe I'm gonna have to get Chris on our live one night just to talk alcohol selections at the Cancun Resort. I mean, because no doubt. I mean, we don't have to have top shelf. It's just better when you can. Like I say, we went one time. We got on a wine kick. We become winos, and we drink wine, but the next day it's like, oh my God, I got a splitting headache, and it's all I don't know what it's called.
Too much wine.
Well, it might have been too much wine, but it's all the I guess the stuff that's in. I guess it's just stuff like that's just not filtered good, and it's got all the
phosphorus.
I don't know. I don't know what they call it, but it's like, I got a headache. Now, like we go on a cruise ship, our very first thing we get on there, we go to the bar. Imagine that. We go to the bar.
I saw that on your videos.
There you go. But we go get us a Miami Vice because that just makes us feel like we're on a cruise right there. A Miami Vice, the half pina colada, the half strawberry daiquiri. I mean, it's cruise. I mean, that's just the quintessential cruise drink to me. It's just so we get on there, we get that, we drink 2 or 3 of them. It's like now, oh my goodness, I'm getting that rum headache. To me, I can't drink a lot of it. I end up getting a headache. I mean, a lot of times I'll go take a nap. Like we on sea days. And that's what we always go to the pool. We get a few of the fruity drinks kind of thing with the rum.
It may not be the rum. It might be the sugar.
And it could be, but
when you don't have sugar in your life, and then you consume your body with sugar.
It could be the part of it too, no doubt.
True. That's true. I've been on the keto diet, and I took a week off when I went to San Diego just before I started my new job, and I ended up, eating stuff that I normally don't eat, and sugar and carbs, and I felt awful. I'll tell you, when I came back and kind of restarted, I felt just ugh. So yeah, there's a good chance.
It could be part of it. You're right.
That's the way we feel when we go somewhere and just eat too much. We like Total Wine.
I'm telling you,
and Publix. Oh, I was in love with Publix.
I'm like, why can't we have a Total Wine
and a
Publix in North Carolina? I mean,
there is a Total Wine. We seen one in Gastonia.
No.
Or Charlotte.
No. There may be one here in close to us. I don't know.
But not near us.
Not yeah. And I say close. I mean, I'm saying there may be one in North Carolina somewhere, but it's not right here in our town. Because I mean, we went down there. We was in Florida, and we went over there. I mean,
it's nice.
I mean,
we liked it.
That's a big selection of stuff, and it's awesome. And and then of course that Publix. I mean,
they had the potato vodka they were sampling.
Oh yeah,
we were in a hurry though. We didn't get to sample.
We didn't do the sampling, but they like, hey, are you on sample? I'm like, oh my goodness, I'd be crazy if I.
That's why Rich was there for so long. He said he was with his brother or son-in-law or whatever it was, but he was talking.
Free
that was great, man. If you hasn't seen it, go watch it.
Oh, ain't no doubt. But yeah, he said, spoiled you? Yeah, it did spoil me. I mean, I'll tell you what.
Made our little ABC store look like a bootlegger.
I know. Bootlegger. I tell you what, growing up, my grandpa, I took him to several bootleggers. He'd be like, take me up the road here. Take me up the road. Be some house and some backwoods, neighborhood kind of thing. And it's like, where we at? Where we going?
$1 a beer.
$1 a beer. And this was on like a Sunday or something. And I'm like, $1 a beer. And this was like in the 80s. I'm like, what in the world? But it.
Did you guys?
Good times.
Do they have the moonshine out there where you're at?
Actually, I mean, they sell it in the ABC store. There's
That's not moonshine. That's fake stuff.
No,
up the hill.
It's not fake stuff. It's just industrialized moonshine. Now, they do sell it in the ABC store. But if you want the backwoods, in the hills kind of stuff, you can get it. I'm the right person.
So one thing about me, most people know, I've worked. I used to be in law enforcement in my younger days.
Now you tell us.
I know.
Now you tell me what?
I left that in 2000. So the last 20 years, I worked with public safety software, and so I've traveled all over the United States and doing the public safety software and stuff. But one of the first places I went to when I was a young man was in Alabama. And so I got invited to a party at some of the people at the police department's house, and actually they threw a birthday party for me. But they had moonshine there, and we had poker, playing poker and had moonshine. Well, anyway, they ended up sending me a bottle of moonshine. I was living in San Diego at the time, as a going away, present. So
right.
But man, that stuff is rough. Let me tell you, talk about headaches the next day.
Well, that's me. I mean, I drink it. I mean, to me, it's not good stuff. Now, I tell you,
no, not at all.
Did you happen to see our live during Miss Edna's the
cruise-a-thon?
It was a cruise-a-thon that we had all day.
They had Jennifer on it.
We had
moonshine Jennifer.
Yeah. We were doing shots of moonshine or chugs of moonshine for donations to.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
To help out her and Mister and.
So bad.
And me,
I still got some in there.
We got like a half a jar in here. I've had it in here for 2 years. My son brought it to me. He said, "Hey, Dad, you want this stuff?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to drink it, but I'll have it just in case a guest may want to partake."
Poor Jennifer.
Jennifer was the first one. She goes, "Oh, this is good stuff."
Oh, she said it was great.
I'm like, "Hey."
It was not great. It smelled like.
It was
I'm
rough.
like, hey, each their own, I guess. It's like, oh my goodness. But I'm telling you, back now, I don't see it much anymore as far as the illegal moonshine kind of thing. Back when I was a young kid, I mean, I'd hear more about it here in our county, up in the upper end of our county, people getting caught for moonshine. There was actually a gentleman when I was just a kid that he got caught so much that eventually they took his steel out to the fairgrounds and set it up and he gave he made moonshine at the fairgrounds on during the fair.
Wow.
Just as
We're Southern.
I guess a living history kind of thing of our area kind of thing. But
that was another thing I picked up in the South. That's how they were nice. That's how they told you the F word nicely.
That's right. That's right. Bless your heart. Bless her heart.
Bless your heart.
It's like F you. Mind your business. Mind your business now. That's right.
True. So you guys are excited about. So that's October 24th, right? Have you done all inclusive? I can't remember. I apologize if we talked about.
We never did all
We
inclusive.
have never done.
We are die-hard cruise people.
We've talked about it a couple times, but we're like, you can't. I don't think you can get the same experience like a cruise.
You bang for your buck.
And the bang for your buck, but
the all inclusive that you do as a cruise. I
mean, it's pretty good.
But now we can't get a cruise, so.
So we got to do something different.
I have a bad feeling it's gonna go longer. I don't know if you guys saw the Princess Cruises and I don't know how you pronounce it, Cunard, whatever the two Carnival.
Yeah.
All the way out to April, I think, is what they.
Yeah, they talk about the first quarter of 2021.
Well, we actually have a February cruise book, but I'm planning on canceling that.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I'm gonna book a late May cruise, maybe early June, because I really think it's gonna be until
next summer,
late May, early June. That's my.
I know we got.
And I've said that for months and months and months.
You have, and we just don't think that. We got one booked out of Tampa, and I seen a thing the other day about Tampa just not looking like they're ready to cruise the first part of the year, and so I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know what we're going. I mean, we're looking at taking that cruise and trying to switch it over to something else. I know we've got this group cruise got canceled, and we've got to switch over and push all that money to somewhere to another cruise or get a refund. But we want a cruise, so we don't want a refund just yet. But
was it on Carnival?
Yeah, it was on Carnival.
We've always done Carnival.
Same here, yeah. And I'm trying to get to Platinum. So once I get to Platinum, I heard somebody talking about that on one of the other shows. Actually, on the Q's Cruisers, I watched the replay, and Bob was asking, do people stick with a certain cruise line just to get? And I know I do. I figured, well, I'm already into it this far. Let me get to Platinum.
Well, we want to get Platinum too. Yeah, absolutely.
And other ones like Royal.
No, we discussed NCL, and we will probably do an NCL cruise. I don't think I will do Royal Caribbean because I just don't think they're my people.
Man, I tell you, I've heard that.
There are people. I mean, we can fit in with any group of people. I mean, that's no deal. But I mean, anybody that thinks they're better than I am, just because they make a little more money than me, I mean, something like that.
I don't think that's what it is either.
No, I'm saying that type of person is not my people.
Right.
But if you like, hey, it doesn't matter how much money you make or where you come from, hey, that's me because I don't care. I mean, I don't care how much money you got, how much.
We seen you don't care last night by you dancing.
You hear that junk?
Ouch.
Oh, look at I agree. It says Tampa might not open yet. We work. I think they work at the Tampa port, and their supervisor sent them some info about maybe late March, early April. So yeah, I mean.
Oh, Puppy the cat!
Do not block me.
Famous Diamond on Carnival. We did it. There you go. Now what's Puppy saying? Oh, good Lord! I only cruise Royal. Do not. Nah, we don't. Hey. That's all. We don't discriminate. I tell you what, I don't care what you cruise or don't cruise. I mean,
and a lot of people just end up in a cruise line. Like it's not their favorite. That's just all they ever known. And that may be with us with Carnival.
Yeah.
But I just see Carnival being the fun ship. And we're the fun people.
No, you're right. Because I mean, actually, our very first cruise in 2013, our friends said, "Hey, we're going on a cruise. Y'all want to go on a cruise with us?" And like, yeah, we didn't know nothing about no cruise. And I mean, hey, all right. So I mean, it was Carnival.
And it could have just as easily been
It could have been
Caribbean.
Royal or
Yeah.
anything else. I mean, now Disney it might be a different story because I mean, we know that they're more family friendly. And we don't want to take our kids. We want to kick them. Stay at home. Stay at home.
And it's twice the cost. I mean,
it is expensive. You're right. You're right. It is expensive. But yeah,
I'm not that excited about seeing Mickey Mouse. I mean, Mickey Mouse is the best.
We like Disney. I like Disney movies
but,
and stuff, but I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
That's not my thing. But hey, to each their own. But yeah, so we started on Carnival. So I mean, we could have started on
Royal Caribbean just as
or
easily.
anybody else.
And we're very loyal people.
If we like what we like. I mean, if we were on Royal or Princess or anywhere else, and we liked it. I mean,
we're just very loyal people, and I think a lot of people are like that. If they start with Royal Caribbean,
and it was good, and I mean,
why
absolutely.
change it up? So
I
we love you too.
So yeah, we're not. Now, MG, I'm saying, puppy, I'm very disappointed. Bill, Bill, now come on now.
Holler back. It's funny. That's exactly the case. 1999 was my first cruise. I went with two couples, and I was the only single guy. So that was a fun experience. But what was really cool was that at that time it was a little different. Things have changed a little bit. You could even, I don't know if you still can. I haven't tried, but you can rent the tux on the ship. So we end up renting tuxes, the guys, and it was.
I don't know.
I don't know if they do that before. At the time, I thought it was a cool
awesome. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I think I'd like to do that. I mean, rent a tux on the ship. I don't have to worry about bringing a. Hey, that'd be awesome.
I know. I don't think they did. That was on the Carnival Elation back in '99. It was. I thought it was really neat. So yeah, I rented a tux. Actually, all three of us, and it was a lot of fun. And then what's weird is that I did no cruises from then all the way till 2011, and then decided to take my family on a cruise, and then we did the Carnival Splendor, and then that's kind of when I got really bit by the bug.
Right.
And it's been, like I said, Carnival throughout just because of that. And I've watched and I've talked to others. There's a few guys that I've met through Josh's live show, and they're heavy Royal Caribbean guys. I don't know if you know Robbie O'Malley. He's a YouTube creator. He's a big NCL guy, and he's young. He's a young kid, but his family's always done NCL. So
right. I think that's how it is, no doubt. But I seen See the World with Chris. Hey, Chris, I mean, we're fixing to get off of here in we got like 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. I mean, we got Us and More coming on at 9:00. But hey, I would love to have you on our maybe next week, Chris. Maybe we can get you on next week, and because we got this Cancun trip. I mean, I don't want to pick your brain, no doubt. Awesome times coming ahead. I know it. And of course. So yeah, let's if you want to, maybe next week, absolutely. But hey, honey, I mean, I appreciate you coming on. I mean, like I said, I wanted to spotlight you because you've had me on your Wednesday night show. I mean, otherwise, I mean, I had Daniel and Nancy on. I mean, they were great people, no doubt.
That was really nice and very informative. They really gave.
That's what I wanted to. I wanted to get the other side because I know they're on the, Cabo's on the other side, and that's on, more convenient for you, of course, on that side of the world. But I just wanted to get another perspective. I saw them, and with Sharon at Sea, and I seen they're live on Tuesday and or Monday. It was Monday because the Little Leader Locals on Tuesday, but yeah. So, I mean, it was great to have them on, but, I see Alana's on also. They come on at 9 also. You're right, Bill. So, yeah, hey, guys, it's 9:00. We've had a great night tonight. We've had Daniel and Nancy Fields in the house tonight. Thank you for being on. We got Honey and Evan. He's in the background, but he's back there. I see him.
I'm here.
Hey guys, thanks for being on.
Ronnie, just real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
That hasn't already subscribed to me on YouTube. It's right now. I don't know why. Even though it's the Beach Life is the new rebrand, but you can only find me under my name, Hani Hani Skiles. That's Kyles. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And like I said, hopefully on Wednesday Hump Day, on the Hump Day Hangout, we'll have Q's Cruisers on, and that'll be a good time. Thanks everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, Honey. Hey, everybody
Love you,
else.
Honey.
Hey, we'll talk to you another time, brother. Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Remember, I know it's the links just popped in the chat here. Please go over, check out Us and More. Of course, tell them we sent you. You know, say, hey, that doggone Ronnie said come over. So definitely. But all right, guys. Like we say here in Bowling Springs, until next time, what?
We'll be seeing you.
We'll be seeing you. Until next time, we'll be seeing you. Woo! Gotcha.